Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I need you to buckle up, because the story that just broke is one that the entire crypto community, and especially the XRP army, has been anticipating for years. In a bombshell report that is currently sending shockwaves through both Wall Street and the digital asset space, the Wall Street Journal has confirmed that Ripple Labs has officially filed an application for a national bank charter in the United States. This isn't a rumor. This isn't speculation from a random Twitter account. This is a developing story from one of the most reputable financial news outlets on the planet, and it signals a fundamental shift in Ripple's strategy and potentially the future of finance as we know it. We are going to break down exactly what this means, how it impacts the SEC case, and what the charts are telling us about the future price of XRP. But before we dive into the incredible implications of this news, it is absolutely essential to get our standard disclaimer out of the way. I am not a financial advisor, and this video is for informational and educational purposes only. The cryptocurrency market is highly volatile, and you should always do your own extensive research and consult with a professional before making any investment decisions. My goal here is to analyze the news and the data, so you can be better informed. With that said, let's get into it. So, what exactly has happened? According to the Wall Street Journal sources, Ripple has submitted a formal application to the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, or the OCC. The OCC is the primary regulator for all national banks in the United States. Securing a national bank charter is the holy grail for a financial technology company. It's an incredibly difficult and rigorous process, but the rewards are immense. If this application is approved, Ripple would no longer need to rely on intermediary partner banks for many of its core services. They would effectively become the bank. Imagine this: Ripple could potentially hold customer deposits, both in fiat currency like the US dollar and in digital assets like XRP. They could offer custody services directly to massive institutions, a multi-trillion-dollar industry. They could gain direct access to the Federal Reserve's payment systems, like FedWire, allowing for even faster and cheaper settlement of transactions. This isn't just about making their existing product, on-demand liquidity, a little bit better. This is about building an entirely new, vertically integrated financial institution on top of the XRP ledger. It would allow Ripple to offer a full suite of services: payments, lending, trading, and custody, all under one roof, regulated and approved at the highest level of the U.S. financial system. This move is a direct challenge to the legacy banking infrastructure and positions Ripple not just as a technology provider, but as a direct competitor. Now, you have to ask, why now? With the cloud of the SEC lawsuit still hanging over them, why make such an audacious move? I believe this is a masterstroke of strategy. Firstly, it displays supreme confidence in their legal position. Companies on the verge of being crushed by regulators don't typically apply for national banking licenses. This is Ripple planting its flag firmly in American soil and declaring that they are here to stay, and they are willing to comply with U.S. regulations to the highest degree. It sends a powerful message to the court, to the SEC, and to the market that Ripple sees a clear, regulated path forward in the United States, regardless of the lawsuit's outcome. It forces the SEC to consider the possibility that while they are trying to label XRP as security, another powerful government agency, the OCC, might be about to grant its parent company a banking license. The optics are incredibly powerful. This brings us to the market sentiment, and it's difficult to describe it as anything other than overwhelmingly bullish. For years, the price of XRP has been suppressed. It has underperformed compared to other major altcoins, largely due to the uncertainty of the SEC case. Investors have been hesitant, waiting for regulatory clarity. This news, if it progresses, is the ultimate form of clarity. It provides a tangible, real-world utility case that goes far beyond speculation. We're no longer just talking about Ripple signing partnerships with banks. We're talking about Ripple becoming a bank. This fundamentally changes the valuation models for XRP. Its utility as a bridge asset within a U.S. chartered crypto bank is a narrative that institutional capital can understand and get behind. The bearish case has always been regulatory risk. By leaning into regulation and aiming for the highest possible compliance standard, Ripple is systematically dismantling that bearish argument piece by piece. The sentiment is shifting from speculative hope to a tangible, strategic reality. Of course, the application must be approved, which is no small feat. But companies like Anchorage and Protego have already paved the way, securing conditional charters. Ripple, with its deep pockets, extensive legal team, and existing global network, is arguably in an even stronger position to see this through. So, let's pivot to the charts and see what the technicals are telling us. Before this news broke, XRP was in a long, drawn-out consolidation pattern. For months, the price has been trapped in a range, roughly between 45 and 55 cents, coiling tighter and tighter like a spring. We saw the 50-day and 200-day moving averages converging, signaling that a major move was imminent. But no one knew the direction or the catalyst. The prevailing resistance was a thick wall right around that 55 to 60 cent area, a level that has rejected price multiple times over the past year. Then, the Wall Street Journal story hit the wires. In the immediate aftermath, we are seeing a textbook catalyst-driven breakout. On the daily chart, a massive green candle has erupted, shattering that 60-cent resistance with incredible volume. This is crucial. The high volume confirms the validity of the breakout. It's not a fake out. This is real buying pressure coming into the market. That previous resistance zone around 55 to 60 cents will now, in classic technical fashion, become our new floor of support. We would want to see the price hold above this level on any pullback to confirm the strength of this new uptrend. Looking forward, where do we go from here? The first major psychological and technical target is the 75-cent level, which was a key point of contention during previous rallies. A clean break above that, and the path to the highly anticipated $1 mark becomes much clearer. The Relative Strength Index, or RSI, is likely screaming into overbought territory right now. However, it's important to remember that in a powerful, news-driven momentum rally, an asset can remain overbought for a sustained period as new waves of buyers enter the market. Beyond $1, we would begin to look at previous cycle highs. But this is where the conversation changes. The technicals are now being driven by a powerful new fundamental narrative. We're not just trading chart patterns anymore. We're trading the potential of a fully licensed based crypto bank. If this license is granted, the entire framework for valuing XRP has to be re-evaluated. The utility and demand for XRP within Ripple's ecosystem will skyrocket. The company would need to source immense amounts of XRP liquidity to service its institutional clients within a regulated banking framework. In conclusion, this is a pivotal moment. This move by Ripple is the culmination of a decade of building, navigating complex regulatory waters, and sticking to a singular vision. Applying for a national bank charter is Ripple's checkmate move. It's a strategic play that simultaneously strengthens their hand in the SEC case, provides a clear path to mainstream adoption, and unlocks a level of institutional legitimacy that most crypto projects can only dream of. While the road ahead is still long and the application needs to be approved, the signal it sends is unambiguous. Ripple is not just trying to partner with the financial system. It is positioning itself to become a core part of a new, modernized financial system built on digital assets. The conversations about XRP's future potential will now shift from what could be, to what is actively being built. If Ripple successfully executes this vision, the discussions about XRP reaching its previous all-time highs will no longer be a matter of if, but when. And many forward-looking analysts will be setting their sights far beyond that. This is a story we will be watching with extreme interest. What are your thoughts on this monumental news? Is this the catalyst the XRP community has been waiting for? Where do you see the price going from here? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you got value from this breakdown, please hit that like button and subscribe for more updates as this incredible story continues to develop. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.